Hello, this is 𝗣𝗃𝗏𝗄𝐻. Welcome to my channel. I hope this video finds you well, happy, and safe. Today, I'm going to be taking you through my obsession with stickers, brush markers, fudenosuke pens that turn your handwriting into faux calligraphy, washi tape, and stickers. We're going to learn how we'll be using all of these items to decorate our tarot journals if you so desire. You don't have to decorate your tarot journal. It's completely optional, but I'm going to show you what I'll be doing in my tarot journal, and I'll be showing you in this little one. This is not going to be my tarot journal. It's going to be my social media journal about my plans for this channel, but I'm going to decorate it pretty much the same way I would decorate my tarot journal. It's just my tarot journal is going to be bigger than this one. So if that interests you, stick around. And if you enjoy the video, I ask that you please give it a like, drop a comment, and subscribe. I am trying to get monetized. All creators have now received the news on YouTube that we need not 4,000 watch hours in a year and 1,000 subscribers. We need 1,000 subscribers and 8,000 watch hours in a year to get monetized. And that goes into effect February 1st, 2027. I am working hard to get this channel monetized before then. I would very much appreciate your help. And now on with today's video. Alrighty, I'm all about having fun when I journal, being creative, introducing color to my pages. The easiest ways to do that are with your stickers. So here's just one example of gazillions of stickers out on the planet. And I won't go into those because we all know about stickers. And then we have washi tape. Washi tape comes to us from Japan. In Japan, they are very big on stationery. And washi tape, I did not become aware of its existence until about, I don't know, maybe around 10 years ago when I got into creative journaling instead of just writing in my journal, introducing decorative papers, colorful markers, and gluing in little bits of ephemera, and just basically having a fun time in my journals. So I'm going to go over real quick what each of these is for, and then I'm going to be decorating the inserts in this traveler's notebook here. This is a cover by Chic Sparrow, American made, and it has inserts in here, and I'll show you in a minute how this works and pretty much what I'm going to do with it. I have plans. So first of all, about washi tape. Washi tape is really very, very cool. I use it to create borders around my pages mainly. You can also use it to demarcate sections of your page if you want. So, you know, cute little border. Also, it's extremely rippable. And so you can rip it. Ha ha, it won't rip. Okay, here we go. Carefully down the length, and then it gives you that torn, frayed look on your pages. So there you go. That is washi tape. There are all different kinds of washi. This is called, this is actually clear. I was going to say it's PET tape. It is not. I'll show you an example of PET tape in a second. This is just clear washi, so you don't really see the decoration on it until you get it on the paper. I'm looking for my scissors. Where are my scissors? Okay. Here we go. This is clear. And now we have PET tape. PET tape is basically a shiny sticker on a clear plasticky type backing, which is what you have on this roll here. Okay? Now these are pre-cut. Sometimes these will come pre-cut, sometimes they're not. And if they're not pre-cut, you'll have to cut them out yourself from the washi, from the backing tape, the PET tape. That can be a bit of a pain, but not impossible. And you just put that on there for decoration. There you go. Here's an example of PET tape you have to cut yourself. There is no border here, so like if you wanted to use this first witch's image, you basically, what I do is, first of all, I take the image off the roll, and then I just cut around it. And you let your scissors do the work. You're not going to be going all the way around the image, okay? That's a good way to create wrist problems. I am the queen of wrist problems. Instead, you go through and you just move your scissors. Okay, now it's not wanting to do it. Why is it not wanting to do it? Okay, here we go. And you kind of just guide the PET tape to the base of your blade here as you're cutting, and you're moving it. You see what I'm doing? I'm not raising the blade and, you know, closing it. I do once in a while, especially like if I get toward an edge here, I do have to cut that off. And then we just go back in, you see, and you're moving the tape to get that nice even cut. And there's your witch. And then for PET tape, you basically just take your thumb and you roll the sticker off the backing paper, like so. And then you go ahead and put that on your paper. Very nice, don't you think? And then here's the other one. You probably couldn't see it because of the glare earlier. Isn't that cool? I'll probably will stick this in my journal somewhere. Use it just for decoration. This as well. This paper pad here, this Moomin. This is from a Moomin and Esterbrook and New York Botanical Garden collab that was done this year in 2026. It's available at esterbrook.com. I do not get any money from that. I am a brand ambassador for Esterbrook, but I don't get paid. So they send me free stuff every blue moon or so. Alrighty, so there's that. So now we've gone over washi tape and pet tape. And for washi tape, you don't even need a scissors to cut it. You know, it's very, like I showed you with this example here, it is very rippable. Let me zoom in. There we go. You know, here's another one. I love this one. When this one came out a few years ago, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I bought like 5 rolls of it. But see how easy it is to rip. And then again, you just take it and decorate your page. Here we have our witch sticker, PET sticker. There we go. Cool, huh? And I'm going to put that in my little notebooks here somewhere. And then I just take washi from other rolls and use it to keep this PET roll rolled up. Otherwise, it gets really out of hand and creates a mess. Okay, where'd the other one go? Here we go. So let me do the same to this one. And then, you know, as you use it up, you just trim this off. Okay, so that's washi, and now I'm going to show you how to use these brush markers. And then I'm going to show you these fudenosuke pens so that you can transform your handwriting into faux calligraphy. It is very simple. Okay, it's going to be a crash course. So here we go. Okay, the first type of pen I'm going to talk about is the dual tip brush pen. These are by a company called Tombow. I am not affiliated with them in any way. Wish I was. We've got a brush tip at one end that is flexible. I'll show you how that works in a second. On the other side, we have a bullet nib. Tombows are great for adding color. They're also water soluble, so you can blend them with a paintbrush if you like. But this is what's so cool. And I'll show you how to write like this in a second with the Fudenosuke pen. T for Tombow. Better yet, T for 𝗘𝗹𝗹𝗶. And this is just basically my own writing, and I'll show you in a second how to turn yours into faux calligraphy. But these are great. I love them. And then, of course, the bullet tip is just your basic bullet tip. You know, nothing fancy. It's for, you know, finer writing if you want to do it in color. And they come in, I think it's 104 colors now. Could be 108. They, a couple years ago, they added a bunch of new colors. And they sell them in sets of, I think it's 12 markers in a set. At your local craft stores or online. Now, the Fudenosuke pens. These things are really cool. This one's by Tombow. This one is by a company called 𝗏𝗏𝗏. And they're on Amazon. This is a sign brush pen. It's the same thing as a Fudenosuke pen. This one's called Fudenosuke. Another company that makes brush pens is Pentel. Let me grab one here right quick. I have these things hanging out all over the place. This is what the Pentel touch pen looks like. It's also called the Pentel sign touch pen. This one, the Tombow, comes in two nib, what would you call it, strengths, I guess. One is soft, very blendable. Did I say blendable? I meant bendable. It flexes, you know, like your Tombow nib flexes and bends a little bit. So does the soft Fudenosuke. There's also a hard that is not as flexible. That's the word I was looking for, flexible, not bendable. Oh my God. But see, oh, is this one I trimmed? No, okay. I trim them sometimes. But this is the Fudenosuke pen. And what's really cool is you can do faux calligraphy. You go heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke. Of course, I didn't give myself enough room to write out Fudenosuke, but see, I'm going up here, light on the pressure. I'm going down, heavy on the pressure. I'm starting to go back up again, light on the pressure, light, light, light. I'm turning, I'm going to go down, heavy on the pressure. I'm going to start to go back up again, light, light, light. I'm going to go across, light, up, light pressure, down for the heavy pressure, up, down, up light, down heavy, Fuden, heavy on the down, light on the up. You can lift your pen up, place it down on a different area of the letter to help you out. Down on the heavy, up on the light, Fudenosuke. And then this is an S, heavy on the downstroke, light on the up. That's just our garage door, please ignore it. Heavy on the downstroke, light on the up. Heavy on the downstroke, light on the up. Light pressure, heavy on the down, light on the up, heavy on the down. Now you're going across, so you should lighten up your pressure just a little bit. Going down again, heavy pressure, up for the light pressure, going across now, still light pressure, up for the light pressure, down for the heavy. So I love these pens. People always tell me, oh, your handwriting, it's just so amazing. And I'm like, thank you. But it's really the pen. Don't tell anyone. So these are the type of pens you can use in your journaling, and they're really great for headers, you know. So it's up to you. Oh, here's the colored one. This is the Pentel Sign Touch. I'll show you this one too. Why not? While I have it out. It's the same type of nib here. It's flexible, so it's going to give you that same faux calligraphy look. Heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke, light going across. Now we're going to do the letter E, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, going across, still light, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke, heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke. Again, lift your pen off the paper whenever you feel the need to do so. Then heavy on the downstroke for that T, light on the upstroke. We're going across now for an E, heavy on the downstroke, and then here comes the L, light on the upstroke, and heavy on the downstroke, light on the upstroke. And then we cross the T, and that is the Pentel. It's called 3 different things. It's called the Pentel Sign Pen, the Pentel Sign Touch Pen, or Pentel Touch. And these work, again, as you can see, along the same principles as the Tombow fudenosuke. And the Sign Touch pens, you can buy the black on its own, and they do come in sets. And I think they have 2 different sets, maybe 3. No, I think they have 3 sets now. They have their classic colors. So, you know, your red, blue, green, yellow, brown, gray, black, purple. And then they have their, I think they have a set of jewel tones, and I know for a fact they have a set of pastels. So again, it's for writing your headings and for decorative writing in color if you like. So these are pens you may want to invest in if you don't have some already. Of course, they're not mandatory to do tarot journaling or any other type of journaling. I just thought you guys would like to see the stuff that I use. I am a daily journaler, so every day I'm using these. All right, now I'm going to talk about ephemera, and then I'll show you how this little journal here is set up. All ephemera is little bits and bobs you save from various projects that then tends to pile up a bit. So I've got these. I got these off of Temu a long time ago. I have some really thin washi strips, or washi rolls, I should say, that I'm probably going to put in this journal because this has really small pages. So I don't want really wide washi in there. It take up too much room on the page. You know, this is actually one of my paintings, watercolor paintings, Stonehenge, obviously, with a nebula above it, the original sold. I do have prints. If you like one, let me know. And I've got this insert. I won this in a giveaway on Instagram. And so it's got various little pockets in here. Actually, it has 4. Yeah, it's got 4 pockets and a zippered compartment. And I use this to slightly organize my stickers. So like in this one pocket, I have all these boxes and frame type stickers in here. These are all mainly coming from various sticker kits from Happy Planner, it looks like. And let's see what's in this one. Yeah, some more kind of Happy Planner stuff. You know, and that's what you can do. You can, there's nothing in this one. Oh, no, wait. It's that's what you can do. You can arrange them by color. You can arrange them by types of paper. This is ephemera that all has texture on it. This is some mulberry paper. And this, it feels like a piece of lace glued onto this paper, but it's not lace. I don't know what kind of paper this is. It's very interesting. And then this is vellum. So, you know, I put all those together because these have texture. And sometimes I like to add texture, especially if it's on the cover of a journal or the cover of a journal insert. So every time you handle that insert or that journal, you'd feel that texture. It's kind of cool. Okay, and this one is like various little witchy type stickers. So there's that, you know, and then I have just little bits and bobs. Oh, that's cute. Definitely use that. Friend sent me this. Some washi tape stickers. These are from Sweet Kawaii Designs. This is from Sticky Club. This is from Walgreens from when I had wrist surgery. I don't even know what this is doing in here, but it's a bandage from my wrist. Oh my gosh. Okay. Goes to show you how long I've been in this. That was October of last year, October 2025, when I had my surgery. And, you know, various little things that I can use. My favorite color is purple, so a lot of stuff that I collect tends to be purple. So, you know, it's just little things you have left over from previous projects you've done. And as you start to do creative journaling or, you know, working in a traveler's notebook or something, you're going to end up with little leftovers like this. These actually come from a pad of cardstock that are postcard size. And this is from Sticky Club. So, and these are samples of, this is the Tombow River paper that's out now by Sanzen. And this is B7 Natural 75 GSM, whatever that is. I'll have to try it. Little tiny, or I think this is nano size, I'm not sure, but these are Traveler's Notebook inserts. And this is what we'll be looking at in the bigger journal here in just a minute. But I'll show you these because they're just cute. Oh, double. Just to show you, journals come in all sizes. Let me set that aside. I won't be using that right now, so I'm just going to put it over there. And just, again, leftover paper. This is packaging from some stickers. A playing card. What's cool about playing cards, if you're going to be doing any traveling and you want to take your traveler's notebook with you, because duh, it's a traveler's notebook, playing cards, excellent for washi cards. You don't want to take all these rolls with you. You just take your washi and you start wrapping it around the card. And that's how you can take it with you, and it'll take up very little space. And you can take as much as you think you'll need. And just keep wrapping it. And you can put several kinds of washi on one card. And I've done this, and it really, really came in handy because I could take a ton of washi with me and it just took up next to no space. So, like I said, you'll have these little bits and bobs of ephemera. This is a little bunny doodle I painted. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with it. Maybe I'll put it on the outside of one of these inserts. But, yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the journal itself. And I'm going to put this in with those happy planner boxes. Then we'll start, well, I will start decorating, and you can decorate your journal along with me if you've got one handy that you'd like to do something with. But this is the typical style for a traveler's notebook. This one is in personal size. Personal size is approximately 4 by 6 inches. So, you know, the size of a old-timey photograph. And I've got a clear dashboard in here. It's called a dashboard because they are used basically for deco. So you slide something in here for deco, and then behind it, you can either do additional deco or put some stickers in here or whatever. This is your traveler's notebook insert. Again, this is personal. No, it's not personal size. It's not passport. I'm sorry, it is pocket size. There we go. And it is the same size as a field notes, if you're familiar with field notes. So field notes would fit in here as well. And so a traveler's notebook has got these bands in it, and they tend to come with anywhere from 1 to 6 bands. It depends on where you buy them from. This, like I said, I've got this from Chic Sparrow, and she tends to make her traveler's notebooks with anywhere from 4 to 6 bands. If you get any of the sizes in wide, meaning it has a little bit of extra leather wide, those will come with 6 bands. You can fit more inserts in there, because the more inserts you put in here and the fatter your cover gets, the more likelihood that they'll stick out of the edge here. But in the wide, you get those 6 bands, so you have that extra room to make up for those extra inserts. And then see, that's what it looks like when it's empty. So you've got all these slots here for your stickers and whatnot. You've got another one here. You can actually put another little notebook in there if you want. And you have a secretarial pocket here, excuse me. And you also have a pen loop. So you can put your pen in there. So now what I'm going to do with these, I have 4. I'm not sure I'm going to need to use all 4. So what I like about the Traveler's Notebook system, the main thing I like is the convenience of it, because instead of having one single journal that, you know, is bound, like this one here, this is bigger, this is B6 Slim. And it's a notebook from Sterling Ink. I decorated the cover, and then I put a clear cover on it. You know, you can't do anything with this in terms of rearranging the pages or anything. And what I tend to do is I tend to like organize them in sections. This one's got your weeks in it, your monthlies, and then it's got a bunch of pages in the back that are blank. I was using this as a reading journal. I switched it. I used it as a media journal. And I just changed what I was using it for a few weeks ago, and I forget what it is now. Oh yeah, it's notes on all these art videos I watch online when I'm learning new stuff, and that's what I'm putting in there now. Now for these, they're going to be mainly business related, but like I said, I don't think I'm going to need all 4. I'm probably only going to need 3, because I'm going to have one, of course, for this channel, and it's going to be for, you know, content ideas and projects I'd like to do with you guys. And this one will be for my art channel, which is Analog Creativity. I spell analog with a UE at the end of it. That's the sister channel. It's here on YouTube. And I forget what I was going to use this one for. What was I going to use this one for? Maybe Substack. I think it was for Substack ideas for my notes over there, and posts, which are basically my newsletter. They get posted on Substack. And if you click on the Substack link below, that'll take you to my free newsletter on Substack, and you can subscribe there for free and get my newsletter. And I always include like a discount on one of my services, a sale. And I'm going to be debuting some new services later in 2026, so you'll want to subscribe to see what those are. So now what I would do then, the first thing I would do is I would, you know, once I knew what the insert was going to be for, I would decide whether or not to decorate the cover, because I could just cheat and put it in my dashboard here and then slip it right back into my journal cover, and then I would have deco on that first one if I wanted to do it like that, you know. And it is the reason why I bought this size of a dashboard. They have them in every size that matches the size of all the inserts. all sizes of inserts, so, you know. It doesn't just come in the personal size. You'll see when we start working in our tarot journal proper, I'll be using an A5 size traveler's notebook. And A5 size is, well, let me pull one out here. This is a hardbound journal, but just to show you the A5 size. And I can't get, oh, that's weird. Okay, I can't get it to zoom out any further. Bizarre. See, compared to the pocket, quite a bit of a difference. And I went for a larger size for my tarot journal because I want to use a lot of deco in it. But, oh, and this, in case you're wondering, this design is by Tiefossi, the company Tiefossi. I do have a code with them, the code POSITIVE, and it gets you, I forget if it's a 10% or a 15% discount on your order. And this particular journal is called The Mystic Gaze. My favorite shade of purple. And I just thought it's just really cool. The paper is really good quality too. I love their journals. I am an affiliate for them, full disclosure. And I do not represent or work with any company whose products I do not absolutely love. Whenever you see me say, hey, I've got an affiliate code for this, or I'm a brand ambassador for them, or whatever, it is because I love their products. Plain and simple. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by decorating this first insert here. Let's see, this is going to be for my channel show. I kind of want to... I don't know, I'm kind of thinking here. Oh, that fits. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Okay, are these individual stickers or is it one sticker? Oh, I see, it's a fussy cut. But I don't think, even if I were to cut them out individually, they wouldn't fit on here going all the way across. It'd still be too wide. That's a bummer. Okay, won't use that. I might use the bunny, though. I was born in the year of the rabbit. But there's all sorts of stuff. Day of the Dead. This comes from a sticker book. You can find these sticker books on Amazon. I will try to remember to link to some of this stuff below. Not all of it, because it's impossible for me to remember where I got everything from. But, and if you do use any of my Amazon links, I do disclose in the description below that my Amazon links are my affiliate links. So I do receive a teeny tiny commission at no extra cost to you. Oh yeah, I want to put this on the cover. And again, these are just stickers I just, you know, picked up. This is a freebie with an order. This I cut out from who knows where. This was a junk journaling, part of a junk journaling kit. Let's see what else I've gotten here. Oh yeah, I've got the texture ones. That'll be for a different insert. I wanted to put them on, you know, probably the Substack insert. I'm guessing. No, none of that. And you just basically just pick out a few things that you know, look good together, that, you know, you would like looking at on every time you work in that insert. don't think I'm going to use any of these. I'm just kind of refreshing my memory. Oh, here I could use this as a label. Yeah, it probably wouldn't go with anything else, but well, I'll think about it. I could use this on another insert. I don't have a third one. That's a bummer. No, I'm not going to use any of these either. I tend to not use my Happy Planner stuff unless it's in a Happy Planner, because all those stickers and whatnot are sized for your Happy Planner. But here's the zippered compartment. What's it? Oh yeah, this is a kit. From an Etsy shop, 𝗘𝗹𝗹𝗶𝘃𝗲. And this is the Gemini kit. She's got various kits on there. That's if she's still open. I don't know. She hasn't been very active online lately. So, husband's hollering at me that the dryer buzzed. Okay. Yeah, I think I want to use some of this for this. I don't know. We'll see. Of course, it'd have to be smaller because, you know, these inserts are tiny. Ooh, that would be cool. Gemini, but it's in landscape orientation. But see, this is all from one of her Zodiac kits. Like I said, it's a Gemini kit. So, oh, communicative. Hey, that'd be really good to put on the YouTube insert. But see, you just go through what you have and sort it. I tend to sort mine 2 ways, by color and by topic. So like all this celestial, you see, that's the theme there for this stuff. And of course, I've got a lot more celestial than that. I just basically want to use up what's in this little container here, so then I can put different stuff in here. That's kind of like my scraps on the go. You know, what I want to get rid of in a timely fashion. But I do want to do this, but maybe I can save that for the Substack one, I guess. And then you just basically, with something like this, you work out a type of a collage thing. And you just put stuff where you want it. And then, when you think you've got it pretty much organized the way you want, use your phone and take a picture of it. Because if you move the stuff to then start gluing it down and adhering the stickers, you are going to forget where exactly it went. This way, you've got the photograph, and you can just put it exactly where you want it. And, you know, and don't be afraid also to trim stuff down just to get it to fit better, especially if you're working on a smaller insert like this. But I really like how this looks. Oh, I wanted to put the bunny. Okay, this is for YouTube, so I'll put the bunny on another one, I guess. See, and then I used specialty scissors to trim this to make it look like it's torn. Let me grab those right quick and show you. These are made by Fiskars, and it's called 𝗘𝗹𝗹𝗶𝗃𝗃. And this is the long pair. It also comes in a slightly shorter pair. And so you see, you just trim your paper. There you go. Of course, you could also just, you know, it's up to you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this one down a little bit because it's just a little bit too big. I don't know, though. I like the border, but I can always go over it with maybe a colored pencil. I wouldn't use a marker because these covers on your Traveler's Notebook inserts are made out of cardstock, kind of like craft paper, they are somewhat absorbent. So if you use a marker on them, or watercolors, or any other type of water-soluble artistic medium, it can soak a little bit down into the paper, and that can dull the color of whatever it is you're using on it. Okay, and I want to see where I want to cut this. I want to cut it right here. More ephemera, you see? So I can add it to my little box here. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be so much better. Another thing you can do too, you can trim off the white borders of your stickers that do come with borders. That will give you a teeny bit more room. It would give me like what? 3/16 of an inch or something. You know, on a smaller cover, that can be significant if you want to do that. So now I'm just trying to decide again what's going to go on the bottom, because that would be the first thing I adhere to this cover. Or do I want to do this? See, you just kind of play with it. Also remember, when you're decorating your insert covers like this, you are going to be opening and closing that insert along the spine here. Don't put any thicker items near the spine, because they can pop off with all the opening and closing, unless you have some really strong adhesive. Like that, like that. Let's see. I'm thinking of maybe trimming all this off. I don't know, it almost seems to be competing with the bottle a little bit, you know? And plus it gives me more room. Then you can do this. You know, like I said, there's all sorts of things you can do. I may just stick with the original design. Some more Witchy washi tapes here too that I can use. I mean, don't feel you've got to run out and buy all the things, okay? I've been doing this since like since like 1999. So don't feel like, oh, I need all this stuff. And no, you don't. Use what you have and use what's around. And get creative. You can cut things out of magazines, or you can go to Pinterest and print stuff off from Pinterest and use that. Canva, same thing. And you don't need a Canva account to get a lot of really cool images. They have a lot of really cool stuff on there for free. I had a Canva Pro account for a couple of years, and I had to really cut back just because I've gotten into fountain pens, and fountain pens are expensive. So I was like, well, there goes Canva, there goes my subscription to Shudder, and, you know, I can watch horror movies off of Prime. My daughter pays for Prime, so I don't have to pay for that. But, Yeah, so I've been cutting back, and yeah, that's been kind of painful, but it is what it is. You know, when you develop an expensive hobby, that's what you got to do. Let's see here. Yeah, these are the best scissors, and I don't know. I know I got them at Michael's, but I don't know what brand they are. So I wish I could tell you. They are the best. Also, a word about scissors and decorative scissors. Also, your punches, you know, that you use to to punch out decorative shapes to add to your journal pages and whatnot. They start to get dull on you. Do not throw them out. Just get some aluminum foil and start using them on the foil, and the foil will trim the blades, and you'll never have to buy a new one. I've got punches. I used to be a what did they used to call them? Was it representative? I don't know. I used to sell creative memories way back when my daughter was in elementary school, and yeah, my upline taught me that. Just use aluminum foil, and I was like, wow. No, I don't need that little white flower there. So that's what you do, and they will last you pretty much the rest of your life. I mean, my punches that I got when I was a rep for Creative Memories, my Creative Memories punches, yeah, they're a little over 20 years old because my daughter's 28 now, so yeah. Just run them through the foil like you'd be using them on a project. You can even take those foil shapes that you're making as you're sharpening your punches and glue them down into your journals and stuff. I mean, why not, you know? Silver, especially if you got like star-shaped punches you need to sharpen. That would be cool. Okay, see, now once I get this trimmed off, you're going to see how much extra room this is really going to get me. You're thinking right now, oh, Nephra's wasting her time. That's just so teeny tiny, cutting off that little edge. You'll see, because it's not just cutting it off of one edge that gives you extra room, it's both edges. So you'll see. And also, if there's something sticking out of the design that you don't like, just snip it off. Like if I didn't want these leaves here, I could just cut them right off. But no, I like the leaves. They are staying unless I make a bad mistake. And if you're ever trimming a sticker and you make a mistake and you trim off part of the actual design you wanted to use, just set it aside. It's a sticker. You can just set it on the paper, fit it together like a puzzle, and depending on the type of paper the sticker is printed on, usually you won't be able to tell. So, you know, don't freak out if you snip too far into a sticker like I did there with that leaf, that's okay. It'll be fine. And as you can see by what I'm doing here, I do make quite a mess when I do my creative journaling, but it's just always so much fun. Okay, see, I was gonna do this. You see? You see how much room I have on here now? And you wouldn't think so by cutting off that itty bitty part. You wouldn't think it would have given me this much room, but it really has. Okay, come on, cooperate here. Where's my, here's my communicative. Or I can even do, would it fit? Yeah. I could do one along the bottom and one along the top. I think that's what I'll do. Okay. So I take all that off and I kind of set it off to the side here, pretty much in the same configuration it was on my insert. And now we go with the washi. Top, bottom, bottom, top. You got to look at the design on them too, because some washis strictly go horizontally, some are oriented vertically. So you do have to figure it out. Like, see, if I were to use this one's a vertical washi. So I would have to do it along the sides. This one, you know, horizontal. You know, that would be cool. I got this one on Etsy from a shop called 𝗃𝗃 Productions. 𝗃𝗃 is spelled D as in dog, R-I-X. 𝗃𝗃 Productions. Actually, I may use that instead. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use these two, but I'll put that at the top. Oh, well, I don't want those on my cover. Tower Devil. No, I don't think so. So we'll just set that off to the side. And now I have star, death, sun, moon. Okay, we'll do, that's okay. You know, death is not a bad card. Death means big changes. I wanted to see if I could get it to completely fit, and it's not going to cooperate. Oh no, I think it will. I'm just going to put it right up here at the top. Now, I am breaking my own rule here and going all the way to the edge of the insert here at the spine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some clear packaging tape over this when I'm done with it. And that's going to give it a nice glossy look, and it will protect everything that I've stuck onto the cover here. Then I can just take my scissors and trim off that teeny bit of excess washi. And you know, you might have a little bit of your cover showing, but hey, you know, handmade, what you gonna do? No one's perfect. Okay. Also, I have to figure out which way. Okay, this is up. I love this washi. I've used it quite a bit. See, whereas this one's pretty new. I said earlier in the video that I bought 5 of these. I literally did. I have 5. Where did I get this one from? Etsy. Sweet. Can't read my writing. Sweet bee paper. Yeah, sweet bee paper, as in bumblebee. Sweet bee paper on Etsy. Will they still have it? I don't know. But that's where I got it. And then you just decide what part of the washi you want on your cover. Okay, I want it from the moon here. And you just lay it on there. You can use your scissors to cut it. I like the more organic look of a rip, but I've been known to also use my scissors, especially when you're dealing with an edge like here. And then again, trim off the little excess, and there you go. Okay, it's top and bottom. I can already see that washi on the top. See how it comes up at the spine? See what I'm telling you? Don't decorate near the spine. Basically, about 1/4 of an inch you should leave. Unless you're going to put packaging tape over it, which is what I plan to do. Then, you know, go for it. Okay, so there's my washi. Now, some of this is going to cover the washi, but that's fine. Oh, I've got washi stuck to me. What else is new? Okay. Come back over here. And again, I'm just doing the final eyeballing of the individual elements for the deco here. Okay, hang on. Look what I can do. Cover up that death card. Oh, that's awesome. I love how that worked out. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Oh. There we go. Well, it can be kind of difficult sometimes to start these, and you might have to use your nails, or sometimes you can use a pair of scissors. Just be careful not to cut yourself. This is another vinyl sticker, and it is super sticky. Okay, hang on. I've got to get it just right. Vinyl stickers are not repositional. So once it's on there for life. Oh, do I want it? Yeah, that's, well, I want it to kind of, like I said, I'm going to be covering this with clear packaging tape. So it doesn't matter that I'm right up along the spine, but ideally you should leave about 1/4 of an inch. You can just put some washi there, you know, washi tape there, and as the washi falls off, just replace it. Or be like me and put packaging tape over the whole design, and then you won't have anything to worry about. But there we go. That cover is now done. If I wanted to, I could decorate the inside, the back, the interior of the back, you know. But I tend to just do the front of the cover because, you know, I'm not really going to look at it back here. Oh, and these inserts, I also bought these from Chic Sparrow, and they're by the company Nib and Paper. Chic Sparrow sells these in a variety of sizes that fit all of their journal covers. This, now what I can do is I could get like a metallic pen and do some little stars, which I think I will do that. This is a Jelly Roll pen, gold, and it's by the company Sakura. And I would just get it started on scrap paper first. And I'm just going to put a few little stars in here. It's not going to show up a whole lot. Well, no, it does. And, you know, I'm just going to vary their size because stars aren't all the same size. Did I get something on here? Oh, no, that's just in the cardstock, in the craft paper. But there. Oh, star is needed down here somewhere. I'll put it way off to the edge. tiny one down here. Well, maybe one right here. But there, I think that turned out great. I really like it. What do you think? Let me know. I did say I would do a second insert, but this video just got way too long, so I'll do it in a follow-up video. So please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell after you subscribed so you'll be notified when the video goes up for my next insert, and also for the series on tarot journaling that we'll be starting together in the next couple of weeks or so. Thank you for watching. This is 𝗍𝗶𝗃𝗏. I'm wishing you a very blessed day ahead.